Today we are making these. These are sublimation printed phone cases that go all the way around. They cover all the buttons, the sides, the front, everything. I am going to show you exactly how you can do this. Hey there, I'm Sarah. You're watching Creative Ramblings. We are making sublimation phone cases today. So in this video, I am going to walk you through a new phone case heat press that presses sublimation designs onto phone cases and other blanks. So we are going to talk about that machine. I'm going to tell you all about it. We are going to do a project together, and then I'm going to share my recommendations on who I think this machine is for and who can benefit the most from it. This is the phone case heat press from HTVRONT. I have it in a beautiful purple color. It comes in a couple other colors. Nice and compact. It's got some safety features, and it is meant to be used in your home, in your craft room. So you plug this in, you open it up, and you are able to put a phone case, a blank phone case. In here, we're going to put a sublimation image on top. We close it, it presses it for you, and then you're able to take out your printed phone case. So it is a pretty straightforward process, pretty easy to do. When you first get this, you're going to get the phone case press, which is what we have here. You're going to get some gloves, you're going to get a tweezer, it's a heat-proof tape. The most important thing that you're going to get is one of these. This is a fixture, and this fixture is what is going to allow us to sublimate onto all different types of phone cases, because there is not just one phone case out there, there's hundreds of them. So this right here is the phone case fixture for iPhones, and when we open it up, we have a bunch of different pieces in here. So it starts with a little instruction manual. Keep this with you because it tells you all the different pieces, it tells you all the different iPhones that it covers and how to set this all up. This is what the fixture looks like, and it kind of springs and squeezes together and apart to accommodate different phone cases. It's very heavy metal as well. It's got some little pieces on the back, so I can slot it in here and then it's not going to move around. Then we have a bunch of different little pieces that look like this. So on the chart that comes with our piece, if I want to do a iPhone 16, which is what this case is right here, it tells me exactly which one of these pieces I need to set inside of here to size this fixture appropriately for that iPhone 16 case. We are going to do a project in a little bit, and I'm going to show you exactly what that means. But when I first heard about the phone case press, I thought, how in the world are you going to press all of the different phone cases? It makes a lot of sense once you see it. There is also a fixture set for Androids and for Google phones. So there are other ones out there, depending on who your market is and who you're creating these for. The way that this phone case press works is we turn it on and we set the temperature. So there is a top heat plate and a bottom heat plate. Most of the time, those two temperatures are going to be the same. And then we set a time duration. And most of these times are going to be around 300 seconds, maybe a little bit more. So we place our fixture in here and we place our phone case. This is a brand new iPhone 16 sublimation ready phone case. We set it in here, then we need an image to put on it. And so you need a sublimation printed image. You are going to get a pack of specialty sublimation film that comes with this machine. This is not sublimation paper, it is a film. So I have printed out an image here, and it's got a matte side and it's got a glossy side. So just like any sublimation print, it's going to appear a little more dull. And the way this works is you set it on top of here and you close it. Now this is called a heat press, but more than a heat press, this is a vacuum and press machine. So when I put this on here, it sucks that design down and helps it cover every little curve, edge, and button of your phone case. Then it presses it on and you are left with beautiful results. So we're going to do that project here in just a second. So you can see exactly how this works. But in addition to the phone case, you are going to need, or the phone case heat press, you are going to need these sublimation blanks and the specialty sublimation film. They do come with the machine just to get you started, but then you can always order more from HTVRONT. There are also other fixtures you can put in here. So in addition to these phone case fixtures, they have one for buttons or badges, and then they have a flat plate that you can put in so you could sublimate a coaster or a luggage tag or something like that. So this one press can be pretty versatile. So let's jump into a project together. Let's sublimate this phone case right here. The first thing we need to do is go to the Loklik Idea software. This software is absolutely required to use this heat press, and it makes things so easy. So you can download that right from their website. There's actually a QR code to download it when you get the machine. Let's go over to that software on my computer right now. This is the Loklik Idea software, and this is where we're going to design our phone case. So this is actually the main screen if I have the cutting machine connected. So up here in the right-hand corner, I am going to switch to the phone case heat press. Then, still staying on the right, under Design, I can pick my specific phone case. So I have all of these options up here, and then I even have these flat substrate options here. We'll talk about this a little bit later. But for right now, we are going to do an iPhone 16. Now we can start designing. So there's a lot of tools you can use in the software here. There is a library of images I can pull from. There's some text options, some shapes, but I'm actually going to upload an option. So I can either hit this upload option, or I can just drag in something. Now when I'm lining up my image, the red line here is the back of the phone case. The green dotted line is where the image needs to overlap because that is going to be the sides. So I need to make sure my image for sure will fit inside that green line. And I just want to line it up. I kind of like how this looks. And I'm going to use some of these tools to just crop off a side of this so I don't waste ink that I don't need. All right, that looks really good to me. Now we can come up here and hit Make. This is exactly how it's going to print. Now it does talk about mirroring your image, especially if you have text. I am actually going to do that in my printer software, but you might want to mirror it no matter what. Just make sure you either do it here, right now in the Loklik software, or you do it in your printer software. So I can hit Print, and I am connecting to my Epson EcoTank here. I'm going to click Print Settings just to double check everything. So I'm using this premium photo glossy paper and a high quality. That seems to work really well with that specific sublimation film we're printing on. So all these settings look really good. We can go ahead and print. The sublimation film has two sides, a matte and a glossy, and I want to insert it in my printer so that it prints on the matte side. This is everything we need to sublimate a phone case. So I have a sublimation ready iPhone 16 case. So you can use any case that is ready for sublimation. So anything that has a sublimation coating on it. You can also buy these directly from the HTVRONT site. So I have a sublimation ready phone case. I have this printed image here, and there is a glossy side and there is a matte side. The ink is on the matte side. I do have a tweezers. This may come in handy a little bit later. I've got my heat-proof gloves, a little bit of heat-proof tape, scissors for later, and now I've got my fixture. Now, according to the instructions that came with this, for an iPhone 16, I need to use these two little pieces here to help this fit appropriately. So I am going to take this and put one here and one here. So all we're doing is making sure that we can adjust this fixture so it fits that particular case perfectly. So then I can just set this inside, and I've got my two little pieces set up. So when this comes together, it's going to come together nicely. The next thing I need is this little metal piece right here. This comes in the fixture case. It tells you what phone it's for. This is going to go on the inside right here. So I am going to stick it in there, and I do want to make sure there's some little vent holes on it, and I just want to make sure those vent holes are not covered. So I'm going to take a piece of heat-proof tape and just place it right over the top, being sure not to cover those air holes because we want some air to get through. Again, this is both a vacuum and a press, so those are really important. So now we're going to set the time and temperature here. So I'm going to turn it on, and again, there's a top plate and a bottom plate. So I am going to set both plates to 275. So if I press it once, it turns yellow. Press it a second time, it turns red. And then I can use the plus or minus buttons to set the temperature. So I'm at 275 on the top and 275 on the bottom. Then we have a timer. The first set of timer is just 5 seconds. That is our preheat temperature. The second one I need to put up to 350. And that is going to be our vacuum and pressing temperature. So we're going to let this get up to temperature. This is our printed piece right here. It is optional, but you can set it right on top. It warms it up and helps cure that ink just a little bit. Set it with the matte side up until this beeps and tells us it's ready. All right, it just beeped, so we are ready to go. So I'm gonna open this up. I do have my gloves on because this gets pretty warm, and I am going to, it's helpful to start at one corner and work your way to the other until it sets flat. Now we put on our paper. We don't cut this paper, we don't alter it at all. You need one piece of sublimation film every time you do a phone case, so you can't use half sheets of paper. So this sits matte side down right on top, and it's going to hang off a little bit. So you can eyeball it and kind of just check where it's going to line up. And then we can close it and hit start. We're going to hear that vacuum sound first, and it's going to bring the sublimation film all around the phone case, and then it's going to press it and sublimate the design. Got my gloves on again. This is going to be very hot, but you can see it all got sucked down on there. That looks so good. We are going to peel off the sublimation film. So you can see that it went all the way around that entire phone case here. And then we're going to carefully pop this off. And we've got this awesome looking phone case, and oh, it's fallen off there, but we just peel off this piece. This is still really hot. I'm going to put it on my little mat right here. Look at this phone case all the way around. On every side, it covered all the buttons beautifully. And that color is so rich and dark. I absolutely love how this one turned out. This press is perfect for sublimating phone cases. It does such a good job, and it's really, really consistent. So if you are someone who wants to make custom phone cases just for fun, this is great. There's a whole bunch of different ways to do this. I think that this press is ideal if you already have or you're thinking about doing some type of a customization or personalization business. So if you are doing other work with sublimation on ornaments or coasters or mouse pads or shirts or whatever you are sublimating, this might be a great addition to your business. You can create any kind of phone case you can come up with. If you're an artist, you can put your own art on here. You can partner with businesses and schools and local organizations to put team names and colors and mascots on these. If you are able to make your phone cases stand out, this machine is just going to do that work for you. You create the really cool art, you create the graphics for the school, let the phone case press do the work for you. I really like that there are multiple fixtures for both iPhone and Android phones. Now this machine does have the capability of creating badges or buttons. You can also do flat objects like a coaster, a luggage tag, or an ornament. The process is the same in the software. You put your design into the little green dotted line, print it out, and press it on here. I have found that I don't get the best results with those, especially with the buttons. It doesn't quite line up. I have an old school button maker that I really like, and I like putting my own artwork on there and then pressing them. Just seems a little bit easier than sublimation. As far as the flat items, it works just fine, but you do have to use that special sublimation film that we use for this. And I think there are more economical ways to do that. So if you are sublimating with a flat heat press, use that for your coasters and your flat items like luggage tags and ornaments, that type of thing. And reserve this really just for the phone cases. Now, as far as cost is concerned, this has been on sale since it launched, so I have the most up-to-date deals down in the description. Everything comes with a bundle. You can't just get the press, so you're going to get a fixture to come with it, and you could start with the iPhone fixture or the Android fixture, and then you can kind of build your bundle from there. HTVRONT also sells the sublimation film that you do need, and they sell phone cases. So keep an eye on sales for that, because it's a lot of different working parts you need to make a phone case. So the better deal you can get, the higher profit margin you're going to get on your phone cases. I hope this was a good overview of this brand new phone case press right here, and I hope you have a good idea of how it works, and I helped you figure out if this is going to be right for you. So take a look at the link down in the description. It'll take you over to HTVRONT, and I'll have any of the current deals going on in that link as well. If you have any other questions on this machine, let me know down in the comments. I'd love to chat with you. If you liked this video, if you found it helpful, give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I'm here every week with new videos to help you move forward in your creative journey. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.